Hello, everybody. Welcome to my musical life. A show where I talk about music all around and how it has affected my life.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to My Musical Life. So, like I mentioned last week, we're going to be talking about dynamics. So, dynamics are basically how loudly or softly you're going to be playing your music. So, I basically drew out all of the markings that you'll see in sheet music in regard to dynamics. So, first off, we have an F, which means forte, or loudly. So if I were to see a forte in the music, I'd have to go like ah. Next up is P, which means piano. So for that one, it means soft. So like ah. And then there is mezzo forte, which means kind of loudly. So like ah. And after that, there is mezzo piano. So part of the P is kind of cut off because I wrote them a little bit farther away from each other. That means kind of soft. So like ah. Now we're going to go to the extremes for these. Two F's means fortissimo. So that's a ah. And then there is two P's, which means pianissimo. So that means very softly. So ah. Almost to a whisper level. So those are the extremes of loud and soft, fortissimo and pianissimo. And now we're going to do like dynamic changes. So the one that looks like a greater than sign that was like squished and stretched out, that is called a decrescendo, meaning getting softer. So if I were to sing one note, it'd be like ah. And the one right there, which looks like a less than sign right here, that is a crescendo, meaning to get louder. So a lot of songs will have that if there's a build-up. So like ah. So it'll start at piano or pianissimo and go down to go up to fortissimo or forte, whichever they decide. Now we have an accent mark here. Actually, the dot up here is an indicator for what's called staccato, which is easier to demonstrate on a keyboard. So I will do that right here. It means that if I were to play quarter notes in a measure that have a staccato mark, a staccato dot on top of them, then I'm supposed to play those notes for a shorter amount of time than the normal duration. So normally it would be like. So you'd want it to be like this with that dot, like. All right. So last but not least, we have this. It's not as neat as on sheet music, but this is called a fermata, which a fermata indicates that it wants you to for just a few seconds, kind of slow down and take a short pause. So I will demonstrate that here real quick. I'll play a couple measures here. So you see how I kind of paused there? That happens, like the fermata happens a lot at the end of a piece. But sometimes it will happen just to make the listener wonder what's going to happen next. Is it going to be soft? Is it going to be loud? Is it going to be intense? So it basically gets some suspense going for the listener sometimes. And people basically use these dynamic markings in different ways sometimes. Like sometimes for a fermata, they might keep it paused for a shorter amount of time than someone else. That's why it's so interesting to listen to a few versions of a classical piece just to see how those performers perform it compared to someone else. Well, that's all that I have for you today. Once again, if you have any questions or comments, just let me know what they are, and I will be sure to respond. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure to like, follow, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody. I hope you all enjoyed the show. Please like and subscribe and leave a comment down below telling me what else you want to know. Yeah.